to let the investigating team finish its work. And I can assure you, the ministry, through our seniors, will act on all the recommendations.
Director, I have a question. I'd like to direct mine to... I have another question. I'd like to address it to the principal and the female teachers as well, yeah? So if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it probably is a duck. I left this school 25 years ago. I'm a child to a daughter, a brilliant daughter who would like to come to Alliance. Will I, I'm a parent, yes. Will I allow my daughter to go through what I did see? And unfortunately, I joined this school and Mr. AYIRO did join. Were there mamas then? Did people just look on the side? What I'm trying to say is we might be looking at just the male teachers here as perpetrators or people who are grooming children. But what we're saying is, what have we done as women, as mothers, as your sisters? Many of you have stood around. I could name so many people in my era, but I will not, out of respect of the former teachers. But I do know so many of them who slut-shamed girls, who told girls they were throwing themselves at the male teachers. These are teenagers with raging hormones. I mean, things are going to happen. As women, what are we doing for our sisters? What are you doing for your children? I've put myself up as part of the safeguarding team, and I hope to be working with the school. But I want to hold yourselves to account as women, as people who are supposed to be our mothers, our children's mothers, when we bring them to this school, to protect them. But what we've done is said no. What we've done is look at the church and say, we do not know evil because we're a church-based or PCA-backed school. We are letting our children down. So even as the investigations go on, what are we doing? How do we move forward in terms of accountability, in terms of safeguarding for our babies?
And just to add to what she's saying, we have female teachers who would warn us to stay away from Mrs. AYIRO. I can name some of the female to stay away from Mr. AYIRO. I can name, they would tell us, stay away from Mr. We just confronted. We were warned by female teachers here, and that was here. I finished in 2011. Musita warned us, she begged us, stay away, man. Reverend Marion would not even watch us. When she would see you next to Mr. AYIRO, she would tell you, can you go to class? To class, advantage of children, and he was protected by the system. And I repeat, starting from Mrs. Kamwilu, and even when you talk to CU, people who are in CU, they will tell you, the man who tell them comfortably, the best principal here was Mrs. Kamwilu, because he was being protected by her, and he knew nothing would have happened to him. And so it's very, very painful that literally we have to talk about. It's extremely painful. I mean, it's literally eggshells. Eggshells on the school administration, eggshells on the alumni, we ourselves, because everyone is calling us and asking us, like, these things have been happening and you people are quiet. People's children are really, people are crying, and it's just not the school that we are suing alone. Even the ministry, let the ministry come to court and tell the court the school has never reported anything like that. But people must take the stand for sure. People must take the stand in a court of law. They must come, swear affidavits, and tell the court that this and this is what has been happening. It's extremely painful. Abuse and it is so shameful. So shameful. Shameful.
I have two further questions. One for the principal and one for Mr. Director. So, in regard to what my colleague said, every teacher in here stands in what is called in law loco parentis, as a parent to every child who comes in here. So I have a question for every single teacher who lives within this compound, who saw a stream of girls walk into a man's house and said nothing about it. Does anything about that look normal? I think not. Secondly, Mr. Director, you've asked us to place faith in the instruments that are there to investigate. And you're also telling When at the very base, you cannot even locate this man. We don't know if he's fleeing from the law as we speak.
Okay, you want me to respond to that?
Yes, please.
Now, on the issue of the whereabouts of the teacher, I did say, and I'm repeating the same, that when this matter was brought to our attention, we swung in as a ministry to get to the root cause of the grievances. And when this happened, the officers who are doing the investigation, one of the persons they would have wished to interview was the teacher, but the teacher was not in. We have not gotten of where his whereabouts at the ministry, and I can say this. I can say this. I can say this. Even in his absence, that will not prevent the investigations to go on, and further, that will not prevent action to be taken.
Who is taking his lessons when he's not in? I would assume that if I do not, now that he's not in class, has he explained why he's not in class?
Is he fired? Is he suspended? Yeah. Fucking duty. Is he on leave? On Thursday before the
We can't hear. We can't hear.
Thursday before the release of the information. Yes. Is he on the leave? Is he I think carrying out the investigations.
Leta isimu kwa stream.
No sensitivity.
Let's be together.
Excuse me, ladies, about taking care and sensitizing the girls. We have guidance and counseling. We have engaged Amani counselors, not now, a while ago. We have engaged a team from Kenyatta Hospital, again, a while ago, courtesy of Dr. Maraga. So we have different levels of helping these girls to understand themselves. And I would wish to say, we are not doing this now that this is happening. These are processes that we have developed over the last we have tried to be as close to the girls as it is possible. We have also used you people in career mentorship. We involve you in the church services. We involve you in guiding the Form 4s as they get out of school. The Form 4s are mentored by the candidates who left. In this journey together, not to be on the defensive. we have been doing our very best to support these girls. What is an omission? We would ask kindly that you let us med where maybe there has been a leakage in the system.
Mrs. Jedida, which is okay, but now the issue regarding a corporal punishment, I mean, there are a lot of allegations that there is corporal punishment that is happening in the school. Teachers are beating students. Corporal punishment is illegal in law. It is, the courts have said it. It's illegal. The law has been written, it is completely illegal, and it's quite things are happening, during your tenure, and I know you're about to retire, which again, it's a very, very difficult place for you to be in right now when all these things are happening just towards your end of retirement. But it's also a time for you, to probably bring a lot of change that when you leave this particular school, we shall say, while of course these things came out during, just towards the end of your tenure, you did something to stop these things. So the issue regarding corporal punishment is happening. Students are really crying, and they're saying they're really crying, and they're saying they're being and they're naming names of these teachers. And the sad bit is that the teachers who've been there for a very long time, I mean, they're not beating the students. It's actually teachers who've come in very, very recently who are beating. Remember her ever beating us at all, but now when I look at it and I'm thinking, why then you never beat us, but then why are you watching when the new teachers who are coming in, they are beating these students? It's illegal. They can't do something like that, Mrs. Jedida. You need to stop it. Teachers cannot do that. Male teachers are doing it. I mean, I could name names because their names are being named, and it's just the same teachers insulting students things at such a at such a formative stage. Then these are the same kids who go to campus and they're committing suicide because they don't think they're enough. They're committing suicide because they're always thinking, my teacher back in high school thought that I was never good enough. Like we are setting up these children for future failure, literally mental future failure. So please just go back to your staff and tell your staff that they must stop beating these children, and also tell your staff, like I've said, we are also saying maybe it's also a failure on our end that we have not been engaging the school so much the way the boys' school engages, the boys' school engage their school, and maybe that is the problem. And I remember back in 2017 when there were issues about corporal punishment at the boys' school, and the alumni went there and they said, we are not leaving this place until the principal leaves, number one, and until you commit yourselves that you're not going to be beating children, and it stopped. So we are also telling you, Mrs. Jedida, as now the alumni, we have said we are now going to be completely engaged with the school, the principal must be answerable to the alumni. When you call us, we shall show up for you, Mrs. Jedida. We will show up, but some of these things must come to an end. For the sexual abuse one, I mean, we know TSC is the body that is supposed to deal with it, the investigations and all that, and I'm glad when you say that TSC has officially taken over, but that does not still stop us from going to court, to demand, to tell the courts to actually, state that violations have been committed in this school. But any other thing that you can change, Mrs. Jedida, like literally everyone is watching you. This is your tenure. You have our support. Leave this place and let people say things happened during your tenure. You are the one who was put on the hotspot. Maybe you had nothing to do with it, but you actually left change when you left this place. So we are going to support you for sure. To 100%. But please tell your teachers to stop beating children. Tell them to stop it. Tell them to stop it. Stop it.
Yes, please. I'd like to say something.
I think if you are through, because I think what you've done is very good. From my part, I want to thank you because if you didn't raise these issues, maybe perhaps we wouldn't be. But that is a wake-up call even for the Board of Management. That is a wake-up call for us. That the moment such things even as we talk, that this matter is being dealt with, we are dealing with it, and we'll take the necessary action required. And you're watching.
Yes, sir. And we'll be back.
Please have faith in us. we are professional and will follow line.
One last
Thank
thing.
you very much.
I think we also need an independent party to sit, whether it is in the investigations being done, in the reports being prepared by the state. Let us have an independent party from the Old Girls Alumni Association be able to sit in and actually confirm and be able to give us feedback. Otherwise, on our end, we will not have oversight, or we will not have sight of any investigations being done.
In my view, you know there are procedures, and we cannot circumvent procedures because of an incident like this. Because that is within the policy and the law. So what I would appeal is let us allow the ministry and the TSC to come. Those issues that we will see requires that we engage stakeholders like alumni. We will definitely ask the board of management so that you can have an engagement.
When we came in the morning, we encountered police officers here. If the school is in support of what they're doing, this next time when you come, that is not violent.
Don't make us stand outside.
Allow us to respond to that. Actually, the police were not coming to be against you. We discussed with them yesterday, and we said this is a very volatile town, and we agreed that they are going to see who comes in and who doesn't. And that is what they told us to leave, all of us.
They have asked us, are you the ones who've been raped to come open your notes? Do you have children? And they said us to see our children.
So that was very wrong. So let me say that is very wrong. But I want to say, you know, you have a good cause. You have your good cause. And somebody can take advantage of your good cause and cause making. So it is not in the
That's why
interest
we
of anyone.
notified police and they refused.
No, I think we will continue having good engagement even in future. And I will ask the board that any time they are meeting and there is issues that concerns the school and requires engagement of the alumni, please invite them so that, because this is your school. So for now, allow us to end it there.
No, one more concern, sir, if I may. Yeah, one more concern has been raised.
By the way, there is one of the alumni.
Yes. We want to request her to speak.
That has been
They're sleeping on the floors. They take turns to take meals now. A meal cards, yes, the washrooms are horrible. We saw pictures, they look like a urinal in CBD. Now, my suggestion is that environment, that setup, it creates an environment for these pedophiles to succeed. Yes. You see, when you show a girl that she cannot even get the bare minimum of a clean and healthy, safe studying environment, if that pedophile comes and tells her to come to house number 30, she'll say yes. Yeah? She'll say yes. So when you show her that she can't get anything from the school, she'll take anything from a pedophile. So as the representative of TSC, I don't know who is in charge of admissions, but indeed, reduce the number of students. Corporal was a safe space for girls in this school. It was a safe space to talk, to do our practice for inter-house, to drama. Now people are sleeping there. People are taking turns. People have milk. People are taking turns. People have milk. People are taking turns. People have milk.
And you raise your concern, we listen to your concern, and thereafter, the necessary action is taken, isn't it?
How will we know? Please reduce the number of students. When I was in this school, and I'm not ashamed, I finished in the year 2000. This school was a beautiful place. Let me tell you, Alliance shaped me to date. I have so many beautiful memories of this school, to the extent that You know, we had that there's even no mixed choir with the social. We joined movies. Which has been a tradition in this school. We took the current mixed choir, took the opportunity. We came here, we talked to the current principal. I must say she is a very, Mrs. Janida, I must appreciate you. This woman, in front of everyone, I must appreciate this woman. She has been supportive. She has been everything. We came here and we spoke to her and we told her we would like to see the traditions of the alliance we left back. And she has been doing her part to do that. So I must. But then let me tell you, I am very concerned. I am one of the people who has always said my daughter must come to this school because this school shaped me. But right now, I cannot stand here and affirm and say that I want my daughter to come to this school. Because first and foremost, students are too many. It is ridiculous that a school that infrastructure has not changed is supposed to accommodate more than 200%. What is the increase? Ridiculous. When we were here, we were 640 to 700, the whole school. We knew each other, all of us, we were sisters. Right now, it is impossible with the current number of students, first of all, to have the kind of relationships that we had. And number two, it's even a challenge for the management. How do they know? You have 2,000 students in the school. How do you manage 2,000? Even in campus, it's not like that. No, something needs to change. Something must change. And we, as the old girls of Alliance, have come and said, the intake in this school must go down.
That is why I have said that the Board of Management is responsible for issues management of the institution, including infrastructure. And you know, to put up extra infrastructure require financial resources.
Please tell us.
Let me
write down everything that you need.
Allow us also to talk. Yeah? So, because you know it requires financial resources. As old girls, as old girls, you also need to come together and say, what is it that we can do this? And that is why now I'm saying Alliance, the way you left it.
We have no
My name is Dr. Musema, and I'm an old girl of Alliance Girls Association. I was here in between 1980 to 1985. And I think some of them were moving. Yes. With Cindy and Dama. And so now I've been a board member for a while. First I started as a parents association class rep. Then I was requested to be in the board. And some of the things that we talk about are things that we also talk about in the board. For example, the board has different committees. And one of the committees, and actually I'm the chair of that, is the welfare committee, which is also trained as human rights and social things. So in terms of crowding, we talk about crowding all the time. In terms of sanitation, that's a song I sing all the time, that every at Alliance needs to be flushable, to use a flushable toilet and have a place to dispose their sanitary ware. So these are things that we talk about. In terms of the number of students, it's our cry every January, please do not bring us so many students. But one thing that you must realize, sometimes parents are very interested. They say, hata kama mtoto wangu atalala kwa class. You know, people are crazy about it. In terms of request for ones, Alliance always stops for one reason or another. So it's a discussion we always have to try and manage the numbers. And it's always, even in terms of infrastructure, there's a time, you know, the use of common rooms. I've gone round when the form ones are admitted. I always go round the whole school. professional, even the crowding is not necessarily healthy. There's been quite a bit of congestion. So at least currently, right now, the students are much more comfortable. So, and we added a dormitory.
There's a new dormitory.
That was added.
With how much capacity?
It was, I think, 140 students. So the students who were in the common rooms, the ones who were sleeping near between the, we used to call it the old dining, the small dining and the large, those students who are sleeping there, which a place which I was very uncomfortable about. I'm so glad they were not. So these are things that we're very concerned about. What I would actually beg is that don't let those information, those inside informations that you get, let them come to us so that we can be, I'm never shy in terms of putting things in the board. And then the other thing I wanted to say in terms of welfare, one of the things that I've really been, and you know, even allude to that I've really been talking a lot about the social support for the girls and how impressionable a young mind is. And goes through. It takes so long to heal. That one I agree with you totally. So even it's something that we've been discussing and we've been asking ourselves how do we go about it? Because even we felt, having a teacher, a counseling department in the school is a good idea. Of course, that is a standard. It's part of the standard operating procedures for the school. But we have to beef that department by outsourcing. So that those psychology professionals also in terms of capacity building for the teachers. For the teachers, because a lot of the teachers now we have are quite young. So they need to also understand themselves. They need to understand the teenagers. They need to understand the generation. They need to understand the generation. They need to understand the to understand the current teenager. So that is one thing we are doing to be able to capacity build for the teachers and also help the students who feel they are not, maybe a child, maybe even having ADHD for it. The student who have issues welfare, issues in terms of psychosocial development of the child, and social support of the child is something that is close to my heart and close to the welfare committee. I want to commend Madam Jedidi. She has, that's one of the things I say, how are we ring-fencing our current students? Because damage has been done, and may God help the ones who have been, and we really feel for them. I, as a mother, I feel it. And even, let me just share with you, my daughter, she started calling her friends, because my daughters were sick, yeah? They were outgoing, yeah? So she and very interesting things. Cindy, are those girls willing to write a name? Yeah, the ones who really. So I want to say, and even on behalf of the board, it's not that they cannot say because of the Ministry of Education. For the girls who are here, I keep on asking, how do you fence? Let me comment because when she came, she decided to have independent thinking for herself. And the sort of things she has done currently, I'm telling you, the attention for the teachers in the school. Because because she disrupted some of the things that were happening. Maybe there have been failures, maybe there are still loopholes, but we want to seal all the loopholes. And I want to agree with you. I know there is a girl who said, how can a girl go to a male teacher's house? Why do we not have female teachers?
Yes. And even game. And in the morning as well.
Is what they're saying. She has been best. No male teacher is allowed to go out with the girls without a senior female teacher or even sometimes two. The ones who are used to going for every outing, even when it was not in their docket, cancel. That's why I was saying, keep on talking to us so that we can zip up all the holes. Because we want it to be safe for each girl. And we want every girl who comes here to thrive. Not to leave here traumatized. Because they were traumatized physically, they were traumatized emotionally. Emotionally, spiritually, physically. I don't know how to say take responsibility, but we have our hands on the deck. And if there's any information that can help us, as a board, to keep on talking and seeing what else we can do, and to help Madam Jadida to safeguard all the girls. Then you're in the wrong place. Can you bring back socials and the
join
around there? Remember what our former BOM chair engineer, Dr. Joroge, would say. The person with the permanent stakeholder in school is the student. Even my mother was in this school, so she has also a permanent stakeholder. She's also a permanent stakeholder. So let's work together. Let's see what else I can do. So that we can protect the girls. For me, I'm there. We are here to protect the girls. The parents are looking. You can imagine. They're wondering, did my daughter not tell me? Is that why my daughter came looking at me? They're just wondering, you start looking at your girl. I usually do everything. Even me, I had to ask my girls. But for them, I think, somehow, yes, they survived.
Submitting the list channels to what are the or did you say it's just some picketers moving through the market?
Students been
So have you told them we'd like to understand what do the girls know?
They understand. Now we are here, so after this, we shall get a way of communicating with them. I wanted to mention this. We are open for more conversations. We are open for more conversations, and maybe as a school, what we would request is to have a team. The one that will constitute, not us. And then you give us that team, and we can be able to have sons, so that now we shall roll out whatever needs to be rolled out. That is what I would say.
As far as the teachers are concerned, the ones about the
yes.
That one, even me, it came as news today. But I wanted to say we are right now in the school we're having more and more younger teachers, and that's one thing we keep on talking about. The older teachers to also mentor the younger teachers and to mentor them into the culture of Alliance Girls. Yes, and that's why we're talking about capacity building for the teachers, so that this teacher, because you don't know the school they came from, maybe whatever they're applying is what they saw in their school. But now it's to tell them the culture. This girl of Alliance is a self-motivated girl. She's hardworking. She knows what she's doing. She's a go-getter.
Beating students for trying to commit suicide. That's not support.
And all teachers have been doing it too.
Yeah.
Not just the new ones. Older ones have been doing it too.
I think we've had enough engagement and
no, not yet.
The principal is coming with a way forward. Okay. Because it's good to have a way forward. Because we may continue engaging that you constitute a team. Those issues that you are raising, and then the management has that team, and then all those concerns are raised, and a way forward is found with the school management. Because we're in agreement, you brought your concerns, we've heard them. We can continue talking. Yes, it is good, but I think these concerns can better be framed when you have a small team that is dealing with the school management.
All right. With all due respect, please allow me to come in. So we do have a team. And we'll be engaging you because what safeguarding sexual abuse. When we're dealing with abuse, there's a lot. There's emotional, there's mental, there's physical. There's physical. The team here is safeguarding is everyone's responsibility. Parent, watchman, teacher, cleaner, everybody. So we must have proper frameworks, not just at policy sign-off process, but we must have a curriculum that's onboarded for everybody, How are you weeding out predators when you're recruiting these people? How are you making sure they are safe? How are you making sure that the students are actually safe for each other? I mean, we're in a new world where there's lesbianism, there's all these things. And for sure, when we engage you, that team will not be shying around talking about issues as they are. Because one of the things we've done, our parents just said, when we're talking about sex, we'll be talking about sex. Of course, in a very child-sensitive way, but we will want to sensitize everybody across board and hold everybody accountable. One of the things we cannot do, we cannot hold people to account who haven't been trained, who haven't been made aware, and maybe that's where our loophole is. So the team is there, we'll be engaging with you. We have a team of about, 40 girls. We'll be engaging with you through the All Girls Association.
I think that is good. That is good.
And maybe on behalf of parents, I can just say thank you, that we don't take it for granted. We are the current parents, and as they say, eternal vigilance is a price that we pay for prosperity of civilized societies. And I personally, on behalf of all these parents, want to thank you for even raising that. You can imagine the kind of fears as parents we would be having because wondering about that. So, and that's why we are saying thank you for raising this up. And you can also be sure that on our side, together with the is safe. Is safe and Alliance. It's not just about Alliance. Alliance is a leader among leaders. Yeah. So whatever we do will probably be adopted elsewhere for the good of the country. So thank you very much.
How are you going to address the corporate punishment?
I think we are getting back. We said.
I feel like you're dismissing us. You're dismissing us. You're dismissing us.
I think I addressed that issue.
No. What did you say? Please, I have forgotten.
Yeah, please don't forget again.
I will not forget again. Go again. I will not forget again.
I did say that corporal punishment is illegal.
So we can put this in a court. This is court case.
And if there are students who confirm it happens,
I wish you allow me to finish.
Okay.
Just like the way I'm listening to you.
Sorry.
I did say corporal punishment is outlawed. And the school management is responsible for ensuring that does not happen in the school. Should it happen and it is reported to us, then we will not fail to take the necessary legal measures. I think I see that.
Juguna, if you're being invited to speak. Because you've been here for the longest.
But I can only say good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm glad to see you. You still look very young and nice, and we appreciate. Yeah, you look nice. Though you left some while back, I'm saying you still look nice and young, and we appreciate your coming and raising the issues. I believe this is going to make Alliance Girls better. When we collaborate with a very positive attitude, we are going to make Alliance a better place.
The teachers were going to be witnesses.
Thank you for being
court.
Hello, everyone. My name is David. I'll not say my other name because my daughter is in this school and I don't want her to be victimized. Secondly, I come as an old boy.
Welcome.
I left in the year 91. I have not been sent by the Old Boys Association, but we want you all to understand. We feel the pain of this situation because the girls here are sisters. My wife was in this school. My wife passed away 3 years ago. She left me to bring my daughter to this school. She would be turning over in her grave if she was aware of what is going on.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much.
I represent another generation. My father was in Alliance. My wife's father was in Alliance. They have sent me to say this is not the school they need. We have fallen so far that girls can be exposed and subjected to this kind of thing. I am unable to sleep with my daughter here. I was not sent by anyone. I just had to come. This issue is so much deeper than we understand. First and foremost, for me, I am distressed as a parent that we have a parents' association.
Yes.
This article we read, the information started coming out as far as the early 2000s. Whispers and reports. The teachers were telling the girls, beware of that man. That information, why didn't it get to the parents' association? Why, if it got to the parents' association, why didn't we take any action? 25 years a predator has been in this school. It is unbelievable. It is just unconscionable. It is negligence of the highest order. So we, as a parent, I just cannot understand how anyone who has been in any institutional office, parents association, board of management, administration, teachers, and you've been here for more than a couple of years and you heard these things, and this person is still there. I and my wife have sat on boards of schools, kindergartens, primary schools, different institutions. You hear a rumor of abuse. That person is, then TSC is not even brought into the picture first. We just all agree and say, boss, there are certain responsibilities we no longer need to hold. Was he assigned by TSC to be a CU? Was he in this school doing CU under TSC orders? The school allocation. You preserved him in that position.
You enabled him.
You promoted him. This is a neglect and abuse of our children. And let me tell you, the fury of this matter is widespread. It's global. There are people talking all over the world. And it is a deep shame and embarrassment that our sister school, our school, because this is one school, is being exposed in this light. So we have to say, Parents Association, the letter that went out from the alumni should have been from the Parents Association. Who else is a bigger stakeholder other than the victim? The next person in line as a stakeholder is the parent. Why weren't we there for our children?
Why are they not here?
Where are the parents? Why are we getting messages?
Do the parents know?
To chill out and not go. I should be alarmed when I hear Let me draw some parallels. Dear citizens, this issue is going into the culture of this country. All of us saw the video of a certain aide of somebody introducing a female member of parliament talking about her anatomy. That is sexualizing and objectifying her. We are building these people to be leaders, to be people who are members of parliament, senators, but when they go there, the men that they find there are just like this teacher. How will we change this culture when we in the school are quiet? We are covering up. We are resisting. We don't want to spoil the name of the school, but we are destroying our society. So this issue is deep and has to be addressed, exposed. When we talk about walking in the light, why was it being covered in the light?
For 25 years.
So I just want to, I'm speaking on my own behalf. I urge that the steps that have already begun being taken be taken comprehensively, intensively. If people who plotted the murder of Were could be traced through their phone or their movement, this man must be found.
And other predators in the school.
Secondly, the man was not alone.
There are enablers in the mean. And other teachers here.
Mrs. Kamwilu and Co.
I'm talking about other males who are praying on the
Even women.
I don't know names, but I'm saying
we know their names.
Investigation shouldn't just focus on an individual. It also should address the system and the culture. So if you need help, let me tell you, you have wide networks. People will offer themselves their time to assist in any way necessary to ensure that the good name and the reputation of this school and the safety of our daughters and our children in this institution is safeguarded into the future. This school has to recover the glory that was there. When we were here, when our parents were here, the name of this school was revered internationally. What a shame, what a level we are falling.
And why did you cover the rape in 2023?
We commiserate with you and we will support you.
Yes, ask it again.
I have a question. There was a girl who was raped by a watchman in 2023. It was covered up, and you blamed. She transferred. You blamed the students for walking outside with Yes, and there was no recourse. That watchman went into the dust.
Put things into perspective. Today, you go to Kikuyu court. That is where the matter is. We have witnessed. We have been there as witnesses, as supporters of the girl. So let us put things into perspective. And when the matter is in court, that is it. Again, I'm a witness of the same. A cooperative what? Witness. We have another witness.
About the pregnancy case.
We were there for her. So allow us to put, that's why we are requesting for
a team.
For a team where you raise all the questions so that we separate. We separate things. What is happening, we agree it is happening and the way forward. What is not happening, we clarify. Today, if you go to this court, that matter is there. And once you hand over, that is it. You only get there when you are gone.
I think I'd like to also say that there's a lot of issues that are being handled by the institutions that you've talked about. But as Alliance Girls, as has been mentioned by the boy, we need internal mechanisms, internal safeguarding, very serious measures to ensure that no other girl goes through what other girls have gone before or is being harmed while these processes are ongoing, because they take time and these are kids. We want them protected, we want them taken care of. So we also want to hear about, when you sit with the teams, the kind of institutional processes and policies you've put in place to safeguard the girls.
And maybe I may respond to that and say, we don't know where Dorcas is because she's a member of that team. We already have a draft of standard operating procedures, and we are at the final stage. Okay. So as much as I am burning here, may I say I have done my best. And actually, we were supposed to conclude this last week, but now when this matter came up, we paid attention to it. So we are there, and then now from your end, we have said that we have a team that we shall sit with.
So now to just wind up is we will be coming on Monday to, as you have said, there are things you need to discuss. The team will be coming on Monday. TSC, I can hear you saying you might conclude the investigation today or this week.
I am the Ministry of Education.
Ministry of Education. So not to worry. On Monday.
But I know even TSC, we had
yeah.
And I'm sure I may not be able to give timeline on their part, but I'm sure that matter is in their heart.
That's okay. So on Monday, we'll be here first to front the 20 to come in, because this has to be a matter that has to be discussed not only between the 20, but the rest will also need to be here to be debriefed, so that we hold both the people who will enter there and you as the people who will be sitting there and giving the things you will do accountable. So Monday, we'll also be here. Can we support Peter? Yeah. Yes. Our intention is a sit down, and this is because anytime, and we've seen this in Kenya, anytime you sit back and wait for a matter, it goes down. And we have taken leave from work for 2 weeks. Yes. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Give us 2 weeks. Yes. So Monday, we'll be here on Monday. We hope that you'll have a few more.
No.
Yeah.
If we do a team, the chapel can accommodate all of us. It is possible to have a dialogue.
And a bigger group on Monday.
Yes.
This was just
because the issues are more than 20 people can handle.
I would appeal, please. As you come, please be as
peaceful.
We'll be peaceful.
Not destroy. How can it happen? And all this is happening.
So we should allow them to. Because it is good that you raise these grievances you are raising. It is good you have a formal engagement, but it is equally good to allow the normal learning process to.
There was a teacher called Peter Awino who raped a student and the student got pregnant. What was done? The teacher was a computer teacher. The student was in Form 2. How did the school deal with that?
We know the school was aware.
There's some questions
Yes. We may not be able to answer some of these questions.
Were you aware?
I wrote the exact case.
You are not aware.
You are not aware. You are not aware that the teacher raped a student.
In 2023. It happened in 2023. No, either way. And then Juguna F has been here.
Was it not reported? Was it not an official thing?
Yes. Juguna F has been here.
Yes.
May I? Yes. Thank you very much. I mean, for me, it just gives me a lot of hope, not only for our school, but for our country. That we are living in this space where we can speak out. That is allowed. And I think some of us who are in the older, systems that experience other systems of government, we were, you don't even talk about it. You can't even address your head of state. You can't even address your principal and all that. So we are living in very good times. And I think that's what God meant. Good times in terms of we have a constitution. We have spaces where we can even speak. Well, good and evil, they exist. And that's why good people must not keep quiet. We must continue speaking out. And so I think I just want also to let you know that we are also watching. We are also part of this. 77 years ago, the Presbyterian Church thought about this good idea, and that's why we are here. And so it also pains us to see a heritage of 77 years, going down the drain, and even to just imagine that somebody was pained, that a future may have been spoiled, dreams may be shattered because of trauma. It's quite painful. And so we are together, sawa. We are together because the dream to walk in light still is on. And so we shall do also everything for the systems here and to offer the support to the girls who are continuing, and to all of you. You are our girls. We love you. We love you. We love you. Please know that we do love you. And so allow the procedures and the protocols to take place. Also, our own leaders in the church are also very interested in this matter. So it's not like a matter that is just a Kikuyu sub-county issue. It's an issue that is very, very important and so dear to us, and especially when things like pray to pray is mentioned. Kuna venye pia inaniguza place fulani. Yeah, and so inatuguza. It does. And so we're in this together. Hii ship ikisink tuko ndani, and that's why if there's a loophole, if there's a water seeping in, we must ziba. Na kama kuna anaitwaje John ndani ya ship atarushwa nini? Si ndio? Because we must get to our destination. We must get to our destiny. We must go where we were meant to go. Si ndio? Nothing should stop us. So I will just appeal to us to do what we've been told. Like, let the team work with the management and do what you need to do and do it peacefully as you have done. As you have done, really, you're not rowdy or anything. So we trust you. We trust you so much to carry yourselves. I mean, you are alliance girls. I mean, you're not just any other alumni.
Madam Chaplain, sorry. So if you put structure, girls, just a second, please, as we conclude. Is it possible today that you give us a contact person? It seems that apart from the AYIRO issue, there's more issues. So that contact person, we can consolidate all issues that will be forwarded to the contact person. When we come on Monday, we want answers. So give us we request for a contact person. It could be anyone in the gym, and then one of us will be our contact person. Will consolidate all our grievances. And then apart from the AYIRO issue, I've heard about rape. I've heard about another issue. So we bring them on Monday because if there was rape in this school, someone has to know here, even if it's for 10 years. Memory is records. We're also interested. So when we come, there's answers provided in a systematic way.
Principal
She can be the contact person.
Yeah, and bridges and a bridge. Many other stakeholders. Anaongea na alumni, anaongea na kanisa,
Who is our contact person here then? Today? Oli. Are you our contact person? Maybe we get her contact.
I want to make a request. For Dr. Dorcas to do that for
even better.
Dr. Dorcas. Okay.
Yes.
So I should contact Dr.
Yes.
Okay, and also Chief Principal, it's also very important because everyone has also been asking why hasn't the school said anything since this thing came out? Including very important that the school just release a like literally it's very important that the school does say something. Everyone is asking.
Consultations going on, and so there would be, we are hearing. What is on the ground. We are hearing you.
I don't think you understand it. The main problem is this thing's taking too long. No one has any problem with consultations, but when consultations take a year.
No, I know, my dear. This story, ilienda kwa media when? Friday. But Monday tukamwambia saba unaona. Tuesday team ya TSC na informed
before the article was
approved.
What they're saying, investigate.
Yes.
We can't keep.
Let's just conclude with a school song that mnasemanga the power of the land. No.
Nothing magical can take the place of the courage between you and I. Genuine friendship has no jealousy, no pride. It has no envy and no lies. It has no room for loneliness and pain because it's all based on love, based on love. alliance has always been and forever will be our
I know, right?
challenge and never under the cross of the goals we both set for life. The light of alliance stands for unity and love. And us together makes us one. It gives us the strength to courageously go forward. All in the power of the Lord, of the Lord.
I know that.
Let us speak. We thank you because indeed we go out with the power of the Lord. Without you, we are nothing. Without you, these dreams could not have happened. And so we acknowledge, Almighty God, that you are sovereign and that indeed you are the one who has even given us this holy discontentment about the way things are. And therefore, we cannot sit still when something is not going right. You are the one who gives burdens and sets hearts on fire. And so we acknowledge your majesty, we acknowledge you are authority. And we thank you especially for today that we are here and that you renewed your mercies and faithfulness for each and every one of us. Therefore, we could come and gather here. Thank you for all the stakeholders represented here. Thank you for giving us time to engage. This is also rare happening because sometimes people stay in their positions of power and others stay in their positions out there and they cannot engage. So we thank you for the gift of each other, that we can even engage, we can talk, we can vent, we can even appraise each other on where we are at. So we thank you for today. And we thank you, Lord, that you have held us together. And especially even since Friday, when we heard about this, it was a shock for many of us, sent shockwaves across the country. And Father, thank you for holding us together and that you're giving us directions. Every day, you, as you renew your mercies and faithfulness, you continue giving us a way. Indeed, you are the light. And Father, we pray that you may continue walking in your light. And Father, we pray for forgiveness also, where our actions could have made others suffer, traumatized, or whatever it is. We may not even be able to describe the kind of pains or even hurts. And even also, we say sorry for our inaction, where somebody knew what to do and they didn't do it. All of us here, all the stakeholders, we say sorry for having allowed this to happen and even allowed issues to escalate even to these levels. And so God, going forward, we continue asking for your guidance. We ask you for strength. We ask you for courage. We ask you for resilience. And we ask that you will give us a way forward. And the investigations that we are talking about, they are not just going to end like any other that we know of. Sometimes our trust is broken because of what we have experienced, maybe in the larger, environment, where things are investigated and the results never come to light. And so, Lord, we pray that this will also set an example, that we can conclude issues, we can take action, we can better our lives. We pray for Alliance Girls, they're great Alliance Girls, that we are going to regain our fame, our authority, our position, and that Alliance will be great. Not just great as it was, but greater, and a trailblazer even in this nation. Thank you so much for all of us. May you take us, may you be with us, may you protect us, may you provide for us, Good Shepherd, may you hold our hands even as we continue soldiering on together. A prayer we make is that you may bind us together with cords of love that cannot be broken by anything, that no system will break it. But together, we shall dream and experience the newness that you're having in this place, and also reflected in our nation. We pray that even in the wider circle, in our wider society, that we shall be renewed. We shall be renewed, all of us. It's in this blessing at various times when we shall leave this place, and may you take us there. to our destination. But until we meet again, and as the teams continue working, we entrust ourselves to you. We pray this with thanksgiving in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
AYIRO must go. AYIRO must go. Na tunarudi Monday na mtupe kitu. AYIRO must go. AYIRO must go. AYIRO must go.
Karatasi vyoko twe.
Don't leave the papers down.
Wow. Right now.
Haya, sasa nimeona message. Yeah. Kumdai as in tunafaa kumdai. Let me call you back. You are mentioning my name in front of these people. I will get sued. Hannah. No, I don't know. Get sued. I don't know. I was trying to cover face and everything.
They can't see.
Not suing. The partners in work there. When the feature. Anybody, you can see me. Good to see you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for applying pressure. You are dismissing us hapa. And the guys want to get a box. Wanaingia box vibaya. I was tired. Tunachekeshwa wanacheka. Wanacheka aje leo?
You know they know. They don't know. They've been hiding this thing.
That's true.
For many years, you know.
Yeah, some of those teachers are completely.
Yeah. Some of them do it.
That's true. No, I hope Monday is gonna be more productive.
That's what I'm saying. You have to structure. You see, if you come back on Monday and you're still like there in grievances, then we want answers. So all grievances channel it to one person, one contact person. Where's the lady?
Olive. In the center somewhere. Wadau namkuja Monday. Hakuna kusema nini. We're gonna be back here again on Monday. So you guys come. If you come on Monday, they're not gonna entertain this madness. Hakuna kucheka, you know. But so you see, if these guys are this few, they're gonna make us smile. Nini laugh tunaingia box. Yeah. Sidhani kuna para. Yeah, Monday we're gonna be inside.
Somewhere I want to do that.
Umepatana na Oli?
Nangoja maliza she's talking to someone.
Okay. And I hope that the old boys are gonna be on Monday as well.
Yeah, I'm sure we should. Christy. No, man.
Yeah.